Are you struggling with your weight? Then you are not alone. Majority of us, especially Indians, are struggling with body weight, especially abdominal obesity or belly fat. And there are lots of misinformation regarding how to lose weight, and there are lots of other issues also which prevents us from losing our body weight effectively over a long period of time. In today's video, I'll discuss about how simple few lifestyle changes, if you do, you can have persistent loss of body weight. As a practicing cardiologist, I have seen countless patients struggling with their body weight, and because of this obesity, they are having lots of complications secondary to it. As a cardiologist also, I used to have lots of body weight initially, and by following these few practical simple lifestyles, I've reduced my body weight significantly over a period of years. And if I could do this, I hope you also would be able to do that. Majority of us have the New Year's resolution that we want to decrease our body weight, we want to look healthy, and we want to look slim. But by the end of this January, in most of the year, that resolution comes down, and once again we are back to square one. What causes this? Because there are lots of issues with persistent weight loss. Most important is lack of motivation. Second is lots of misinformations are there regarding as how to lose weight effectively over a long period of time. Then there are some other excuses also, like lack of time, or some people say there are food cravings. So all those things leads on to hamper of as far as weight loss is concerned. So how to lose weight? We are giving you 10 simple steps so that if you follow it, these are easy to implement and you can have a persistent weight loss without much of a problem. The first thing is drink water. Drink water first thing in the morning, as well as drink water all throughout the day, because water is something which boosts our metabolism. So if you drink water, especially after waking up, and drink all throughout the day, will boost our metabolism, and thereby we will tend to lose weight. Another important thing as far as water intake is concerned, sometimes we tend to confuse our thirst with hunger. We think we are hungry, but actually we are not hungry, we are thirsty. If you drink water, it will quench our thirst, and it decreases our hunger as well. So especially take a tall glass of water before you are going for a meal. It decreases your hunger significantly, boosts your metabolism, and thereby it helps in your weight loss journey. The second part, what I would like to share with you is that practice mindful eating and practice plate method. So what is that mindful eating? So in today's fast-paced world, everything we are doing very fast. Eating also we are doing quite fast. So we are spending less and less amount of time in eating. So since you are eating very fast, we are not enjoying the food, and it has been shown, if we eat slowly, if we chew our food repeatedly, we tend to eat less, and that is mindful eating. So whenever you are eating, sit down properly, engage with conversation with family members, sit with your family members and eat slowly, chew your food, enjoy the food, enjoy the texture, aroma of the food. By this method, you can significantly decrease your food intake, and thereby you can have a significant weight loss. In the same context, I would like to share with you an ancient Japanese wisdom, which is known as hara-hachi-bu. Hara-hachi-bu means practically that you sit at the table and discuss with others and take your food slowly, and take as long as you are 80% full. Do not take the food to the brim of your stomach. So take your food slowly till you are 80% full, and your stomach will thank you, your heart will thank you, and you will have a long life. So that is the practice of hara-hachi-bu being practiced in Japan, where their life expectancy is very high. And if you take food slowly, our brains also registers. If you take food very fast, our brain cannot register that we are full. But if you take food slowly, our brain registers that we are full. So we tend to take less food. And another important thing is portion control. So if you are taking food in a small plate, we tend to consume less compared to taking food on a larger plate. So fill up your plate. And another method is the plate method. First of all, you should have a mindful eating, eat slowly, enjoy your food with your family members, take food on a small plate and eat till you are 80% full. Do not eat till the brim of your stomach. Next thing is that plate method. By plate method, I mean 50% of your plate should be with vegetables, filled with vegetables and salads. 25% of your food should be filled with protein, and rest 25% of your food should be filled with whole grains. So that is plate method which you should follow. Next important thing as far as weight management is concerned is to practice time restricted eating or strategic meal timing. So what is time restricted eating? Time restricted eating means you take food within a specific window, so that suppose you are taking food morning at 10 o'clock and evening you are taking food at 8 o'clock. So this is your window time from 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and from evening 8 o'clock to next day 10 o'clock you are in fasting state. So try to maintain your fasting state initially, to try to maintain for 12 hours. Suppose you are taking your dinner at 8 o'clock and morning breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning. So you are having 12 hours eating window and 12 hours fasting window. Slowly you can extend your fasting window. From 12 hours you can make your fasting window to 14 hours, and if it is better if you extend it up to 16 hours. So it has been shown, if you follow this time restricted eating, even if you consume the same amount of food and same quality of food, your weight loss significantly improves, because your metabolism improves, your insulin sensitivity becomes better. So time restricted eating is something which is very important, which helps in weight loss, helps in insulin sensitivity, helps in having good sleep and other beneficial effects. So during fasting, what happens? Our body insulin decreases and our growth hormone increases. So during fasting state, since our body insulin comes down, our body weight also decreases significantly. And since the growth hormone increases during fasting state, growth hormone is a hormone which maintains our metabolism, helps in the fat burning. So because of release of the growth hormone during fasting state, our metabolism gets accelerated and we tend to burn more fat. So if you follow a time restricted eating, these are all the benefits. It not only helps in weight loss but also helps in other benefit also, like decreasing blood pressure, regulating blood sugar, decreasing inflammation, and helps in promoting sleep also. So in that context, time restricted eating, you should avoid late night dinner, because if you take a late night dinner, it increases your body weight significantly. It not only increases your body weight, it also hampers your sleep. It also promotes indigestion, and it increases the blood sugar spike. So avoid late night eating. So best way to implement a time restricted eating or meal planning is that take an early dinner. Take the dinner at least 3 hours before the bedtime. Suppose you are sleeping at 10 o'clock, take the dinner not beyond 7 o'clock. Take 3 hours before your bedtime and take a late breakfast. So if you are taking a dinner by 7 o'clock, take your breakfast by around 9 o'clock. So we will have a 14 hours fasting window. So that 14 hours fasting window, your body would have healed, your gut would have healed, your body insulin would have come down, your growth hormone would have got a boost, and thereby you would have improved your blood sugar, you would have improved your blood pressure, you would have decreased the insulin, augmented growth hormone, and thereby it would have decreased the body weight significantly over a long period of time. So practice time restricted eating. Next important thing as far as weight loss is concerned is to have a good night's sleep and reduction of the stress. Regarding sleep, if you do not have a good night's sleep, it hampers our metabolism, because if we do not have a sleep, our appetite hormone like ghrelin increases, and this, because of the increase in the ghrelin hormone, our appetite increases, and especially the appetite increases for various junk foods. We crave for sweets and junk foods. So whenever our sleep is hampered, our appetite goes up, we tend to consume more junk food, and our metabolism also slows down. Stress hormone increases, cortisol increases, metabolism slows down, tend to accumulate belly fat. So sleep is of particular importance as far as weight loss is concerned. So have a good night's sleep to have a long-standing weight loss effect. Along with the sleep, stress reduction is also very important, because if we are chronically stressed, it also promotes weight gain, because excessive stress releases cortisol, and cortisol promotes belly fat, and cortisol also slows down the metabolism, and because of stress, it activates our hunger. We tend to take junk food more. So stress reduction is very important as far as weight loss is concerned. So stress reduction is important. Proper sleep is very much important for weight loss. Next is walking or exercise, especially walk after meal at least for 10 minutes, because it has been shown that if you walk for 10 minutes after each meal, it decreases your blood sugar significantly up to the tune of 30%. So walk after meal for at least 10 minutes and walk throughout the day. Your idea should be at least 10,000 steps per day all throughout the day. You should do some aerobic exercises like jogging, running, cycling, bicycling, whatever. And along with the aerobic exercises, you can do some strength training exercises. By doing all those exercises, you boost up your metabolism, you make yourself more insulin sensitive, and thereby it helps in weight loss. So walk for at least 10,000 steps per day, early morning walk, and post meal exercise, post meal walking for at least 10 minutes are important. Along with that, you should do other exercises like you should do some stretching exercises. Strength training is important, especially twice in a week you should do a strength training. You can, along with that, you should do some yoga and meditation as well, and make exercise a family affair. Like you go for a after dinner, go for a walk with your spouse or your brothers and sisters, or you can play some recreational activities like football or badminton with your kids, or you can do some, rather than taking a lift, you can take the stairs while going to the market. Rather than opting for a scooter, you should go by a walk. So these are joyful activities which we can do, which significantly improves your steps count, and you tend to burn more calories without even knowing. And these are all joyful activities, and you do not feel burdened about them. So these joyful activities are very, very important. Next is about diet. And diet, avoid refined grains and try to take more fiber. And you should try to restrict simple carbohydrate and take more complex carbohydrate. So how do you do that? Simple carbohydrate, white rice, wheat, pasta, bread, especially sweets and others, all this form simple carbohydrate. So if you can smartly swap this simple carbohydrate, like instead of white rice, if you can switch over to brown rice initially, because brown rice has more fiber compared to white rice, and still better, you can switch over to millets, different types of millets, or you can switch over to quinoa or amaranth. All these are ancient grains which are rich in fiber, and fiber keeps us full for a longer period of time. So swap over from the simple carbohydrate to complex carbohydrates, and instead of wheat we can take various millets like ragi, bajra, jowar. We can take besan also. So this contains more fiber and it helps in weight loss. And these ancient grains like ragi, bajra, jowar, different types of millets or amaranth or quinoa, they have more fiber, they have more magnesiums and protein, and protein keeps us full for a longer period of time. So a smart carbohydrate swap from a simple carbohydrate to complex carbohydrate is important in weight loss. Next most important thing is the protein. As we have discussed on the plate method, 50% of our plate should be vegetables and salads, 25% of our plate should be protein, and 25% of our plate should be whole grain. Whole grain we have already discussed. Protein is also very important because each meal you should have a significant amount of protein. Our idea is to have a 1.2 gram to 1.6 gram of protein per kilo body weight. Suppose somebody is 100 kilo body weight, his protein intake should be 1.2 gram per kilo. That means around 120 gram of protein. So take a good quality of protein, because protein helps in weight loss by various mechanisms, because protein keeps you full for a longer period of time. That's why you do not feel hungry. And protein activates like thermogenesis. Like in order to burn food, protein requires more energy compared to carbohydrate or fat. So that's why protein tends to, if you take more protein, our body tends to burn out more energy in order to digest protein. So that's why you tend to lose calories, and thereby it promotes weight loss. And protein helps in the muscle building also. And muscle is an organ which tends to burn fat. So by dint of all this mechanism, protein helps in the weight loss. So you should have a good quality of protein, at least 1.2 gram of protein per kilo body weight per day. And protein could be taken in the non-vegetarian source, could be taken in the vegetarian source. Various vegetarian sources of protein are like paneer is a good quality source of protein. Then chickpeas, chana or moong dal, different types of dal, rajma, curd, all these things are. Mushrooms are example of vegetarian source of protein. While non-vegetarian source of proteins are chickens, eggs, fish. All these things are good source of non-vegetarian source of proteins. So proteins is very important as far as weight loss is concerned, because protein helps us keeping full. So along with the protein, another most important thing is taking adequate amount of fiber, because fiber is the most important, one of the most important thing in weight loss. And where do you get enough fiber? As we have discussed on the plate method, our 50% of the plate should be of vegetables and salads, and salad and vegetables are rich source in fiber. Various types of green leafy vegetables are rich source of fiber. So along with the green leafy vegetables and salads, we can take other source of fibers also, like few seeds and nuts like basil seeds, chia seeds, or flax seeds. These are rich source of fiber. So if you take this, it keeps us full for a very long period of time. Along with the fiber, you should take a probiotic also, like fermented foods like yogurt or curd, or different types of fermented food which are used in Indian context, like idli or dosa or dokla, pickles. All those things, fermented foods, are still good for our gut bacteria, which helps in weight loss. So there should be a mixture of both fiber as well as fermented food. So one perfect way to achieve this is to take a bowl full of curd, which is a good source of probiotic. Along with that, you can add various nuts and seeds, like you can add basil seeds or chia seeds or grounded flax seeds, which are good source of fiber, excellent source of fiber and omega-3. Along with that, you can add some nuts like almonds or walnuts, which are good source of omega-3 and fiber and protein. So if you mix that, these nuts and seeds, with curd or yogurt, you can have a good meal, which is a combination of both prebiotic as well as postbiotic, which helps in weight loss. So as we have discussed, our plate should comprise of 50% of non-starchy vegetables, which helps in weight loss because they contains predominantly fiber, which helps in our gut, also prevents constipation. Along with that, you should adopt some smart cooking method, like you should use a healthy cooking oil. So rather than using a refined oil, which are not good for health, like sunflower or safflower or corn oil or soybean oil, you should avoid the refined oil and rather use a non-refined cold pressed oil like mustard oil, and use the oil to the minimum. And you should use the method of cooking like wet moist type of cooking, like dum method of cooking, rather than frying. If you do excessive frying or deep frying, actually tend to use up more calories. So use more of moist cooking, pressure cooker cooking, or an earthen pot type of cooking where you use a moist heat rather than a dry heat, and avoid excessive deep frying of the stuff. By doing all those things, rather than frying, we can use sauteing, grilling, or steaming, which decreases the calorie content and helps in decreasing the body weight. And last but not the least is to limit the sugary drinks and packaged snacks. So rather than going for a cold drink or soda, you should go for plain water. Rather than going for a biscuit or cake, go for fresh fruits. Rather than going for a packet of chips, go for a homemade sprouts or homemade salad. Rather than going for a sweet drinks, go for a unsweetened lassi or buttermilk. So if you switch to all those stuff, we can significantly impact your weight loss journey. And get exposed to the early morning sun, because it has been shown that if you expose to early morning sun, you get vitamin D, your sleep wake cycle gets regularized. And vitamin D deficiency has been shown to promote weight gain. And vitamin D exposure, sun exposure, and adequate amount of vitamin D in our body also helps in elevating our mood. If our mood is good, we tend not to overtake or consume more of a junk food. So if our mood is good, we tend to take healthy food. So proper sun exposure and adequate vitamin D intake also helps in the weight loss journey as well. So all these habits are very, very important as far as weight loss is concerned. Do small steps at a time. Stick to one habit and slowly build up. Do not try to incorporate all the habits at a single go. Single habit, take a baby step, and slowly you can improve and monitor your progress and build a support, especially with a family member. If you are doing all those lifestyle intervention along with your family member, especially your spouse or your siblings, it is always better. It gives you more motivation. So these are the few key takeaways as far as weight loss is concerned. Your diet and nutrition is very important. Drink water regularly. It helps in weight loss. Your protein intake should be adequate. Fiber should be adequate, and swap refined carbohydrate over whole grain. Then you should have a mindful eating. You should eat slowly. You should employ the plate method, and you should not eat to your heart's content. Practice harahachibu. Timing matters. Avoid late night eating. Go for a walk especially after a meal for 10 minutes, and go for a morning walk as well. Go for a early morning sunlight exposure, and prioritize your sleep, decrease your stress level, engage in some relaxing activities. By doing so, you can have a persistent weight loss which could be sustained. Most important thing is that do not follow a crash diet. Do not eat less. Eat healthy, eat smart, but eat time restricted. Thank you all for your patient hearing, and kindly subscribe to our channel.